A young man is drowning in this painting. Not in the center, not under a spotlight, not surrounded by witnesses. He is dying in the corner, and almost everyone misses him. That is the shock of times. Landscape with the Fall of Icarus. The title promises a catastrophe, but the painting gives us a calm sea, a farmer at work, a ship moving forward, and only two tiny legs disappearing into the water. So the real question is not only, where is Icarus? The real question is, why did the painter make his death so easy to ignore? Before we go deeper, subscribe to the channel. In this video, we are not going to chase every object. We are following one detail, that tiny splash, and seeing how it changes the entire painting. Look closely at the lower right corner. This is Icarus, or rather, this is all the painting allows us to see of him. No face, no wings, no heroic body falling through the air. Just two pale legs, a few feathers, and a small disturbance in the sea. In the myth, Icarus escapes with his father Daedalus using wings made of feathers and wax. Daedalus warns him not to fly too high, but Icarus rises toward the sun, the wax melts, and he falls. Most artists would paint that moment as spectacle. Here, the fall has already happened. The legend has been reduced to a splash. Now pull back from the water and look at the farmer. He is much larger than Icarus. His red shirt catches the eye before the tragedy does. His body leans forward, guiding the plow with one hand and holding the whip with the other. The painting forces us to notice labor before death. The horse wears blinkers. The farmer's face is turned away. He is not cruel. He is not laughing. He simply continues. And that is what makes the scene colder. The world does not stop because someone has fallen. In Ovid's times, metamorphoses, the plowman, the shepherd, and the fisherman are present when Daedalus and Icarus fly past them. They look up in amazement, thinking they might be seeing gods. But in this painting, the miracle has lost its audience. The people who should react are absorbed by ordinary life. The image becomes a test of attention. Will we notice the drowning boy, or will we also enjoy the landscape and move on? Even the sun feels strange here. The myth says Icarus flew too close to it, but the sun is not staged like a villain. It sits low and hazy over the horizon, softened by gold light. The sea is gorgeous. The harbor is active. Ships travel. Cities glow in the distance. Everything that should make the fall dramatic has been made calm. That calmness is the painting's most disturbing effect. Tragedy does not always arrive with thunder. Sometimes it happens on a normal afternoon, while the world keeps working. There is another mystery around this work. The painting itself may not be what people long believed it was. For a long time, it was associated with Pieter Bruegel the Elder, the 16th century Flemish artist known for turning peasants, landscapes, and proverbs into serious art. But the Brussels painting is unsigned, undated, and technical research has made the attribution uncertain. Some scholars now believe the surviving canvas may be a later copy after a lost Bruegel original. Even if this canvas was not painted by Bruegel's own hand, the idea feels completely Bruegelian. The great myth is pushed to the edge, and the ordinary world takes over the stage. Now look at the ship beside Icarus. It is the closest witness to the drowning, and yet it sails on. The sails are full of wind. The vessel is beautiful, detailed, almost proud. If this were a heroic painting, the ship would turn, rescue, or at least acknowledge the fall. But here it moves forward, as if the sea has swallowed nothing important. That is why the tiny legs become so powerful. They are a measure of human attention. The painting asks a brutal question. How much suffering can exist next to us before we decide it is none of our business? And then there are the silent witnesses. The shepherd looks upward, but not toward Icarus. The fisherman sits near the water, but he does not see the body almost beside him. One interpretation connects the painting to the idea that no plow stops for a dying man. Another sees it as a warning against pride. Icarus ignored his father's advice, flew too high. and paid the price. But the painting does not give us one simple moral. If it were only about pride, Icarus would be large and central. Instead, he is barely visible. So perhaps the painting is just as much about everyone else: the farmer, the sailor, the fisherman, and us. At first, you think you are looking at a landscape. Then you realize the title is about a death. Then you search for that death and find it where the eye least wants to go. Once you see Icarus, the whole painting changes. The blue sea is no longer peaceful. The farmer's concentration becomes unsettling. The ship becomes almost indifferent. Nothing in the painting is moved, but your mind has. Maybe that is the real genius of time's landscape with the Fall of Icarus. It does not show a disaster by making it enormous. It shows disaster by making it small. A person can fall, disappear, and become just a ripple in someone else's background. So I want to ask you, do you think this painting is condemning human indifference? Or is it saying something even darker, that life simply continues, whether we are ready for it or not? Write your interpretation in the comments. And for more art mysteries like this, subscribe.